Kanokre, Emehu Fagin. Kanokre, Emehu Fagin. Diam Jesu ya Mr. Bodi. Dudu ne frame Ghana ba.
Yankasi asase nie. Na eya bode de ma ye. Moja ye nananom ehwiegu wo agi eye Ghana si ho no. Moja ye nananom ehwiegu ye agi Africa si ho no. Edubire a ewo se yenso ye bitu aso.
Hello, subscribe to my channel for education and more. A certain school girl committed suicide inside her school's dining hall, and it was too terrible. I don't know what to cause somebody to kill herself. If our life is precious, and we must not harbor things within ourselves when we are facing such a. Let's go on with the
schools. When you go there, what are some of the challenges that you see on the campuses? There are some schools with poor security. There are some schools with less or no existence of counseling. And so it comes to mind, what is the counseling department in the schools doing? Because I remember there were a number of times when I was in high school and I did have some issues. I was the girls' prefect at the time, and no teacher even walked to me to say, oh, Sandra, we know how active you are in school. And so how come all of a sudden you are withdrawing or you're doing this or that? Okay, well, how can we help you? Nothing whatsoever. Right. Now, I will be talking to the CEO, the director of Educate Africa Institute, so that we can delve deeper into this conversation. His name is William Bwedi. Hello, William. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Today is far better than yesterday. Say
that again, please.
Today is far better than yesterday.
Today is far better than yesterday.
Yes.
Right. I'm happy that today is better. It means that there is hope for the future. But then, speaking of hope for the future, is there any hope for our children in schools today? With regards to what is happening.
Okay. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes. There's hope. There's hope. You see, these kind of situations are something we cannot avoid. We have individual difference because there are some people they can control their emotional trauma, others cannot. So every school is being structured in a way that we have guidance and counseling teachers in those schools, and apart from that, every professional teacher is also a counselor. So as the days go by, aside the teaching that they are focusing on, they also counsel their students in school. So they are safe. But there are some students who find it so difficult to establish cordial relationship between them and their teachers, especially the ladies. Some female teachers don't have or they don't establish good relationship between them and the student they are supervising or they are taking care of. Because most of the times when you go to the girls' dorm, they are assigned to female teachers. And when you go to the boys' dorm, they are assigned to male teachers to take care of them. So they are the first point or first aid to the students in terms of. But most of the female head mistress are not having good relationship between them and their students that they are taking care of. So some students also find difficult to be free with them and even explain certain things to them when they are facing problems. So eventually some try to keep it themselves if they can control it, and if it becomes too much, they take different options, which is unfortunate. So this bad incident could be a result of what I just explained.
Now, the parents of the deceased are saying that they do not believe the child actually committed suicide, and so they are suspecting foul play. What's your opinion on that?
Honestly, they are because of what a doctor informed them. But I have checked on a lot of platforms to see whether there is official document which explain that, but there's none. So I think we have to be on standby to get official documents concerning postmortem. I think when we get that, we will be able to, because it is not easy to accept this sad event. As a parent, it is very difficult to accept it that my daughter committed suicide herself, because maybe they know the child and they know her social relationship ability. So they will find it too difficult to accept the issue. So I think they are talking from that point of feelings. So until we get an official post-mortem document, we'll be able to talk, say what we have to say about that. So for now, we'll leave it in the hands of the parents.
Are we saying that there are concerns about, and what they are stating, or reasons why they are saying that they don't believe the child's incident is suicide, is that first of all, they were expecting to see some amounts of defecation or feces in the child's underwear, and also her feet were too close to the ground for them to accept that. So is this not really valid?
This could be something that they can even someone to say that she didn't cause it. But generally, checking what happened after suicide, you would definitely see the tank of the dead body. But the picture I saw and the video I watched, I didn't see something of that sort. So that could be a sense of rumor. No, this is not original issue caused by emotional trauma. But the issue is that something can also happen that the lady will not go through all those kind of signs and symptoms that we do see from the suicide event. It could happen that she caused it, but people realize it immediately after the death. So until we get official post-mortem report, we cannot back the family or reject the reasons they are giving out, because now they are seriously in bleeding. So we cannot also come out at this point to say that they should stop what they are saying. They cannot accept it just like that. So until we get post-mortem, you see, this kind of suicide issue, it do happen to even adults. And it is a result of depression, psychosis, substance use of disorders. Bipolar disorder can also cause this, and post-traumatic stress disorder can also cause this. And these are issues, even sometimes, when you get a good counselor to counsel you, guide you, you may even walk over it, because nobody knows what you are going through secretly. So these are critical issues where even in school, we need to assign people, even not teachers who also teach. But I think we need to assign people, train people, and assign them to play that role, because it is very critical. It is critical. And when it happens to one, and you think you are the person 1, 2, 3, so you are okay. No. You may be okay, but the person will not be okay. So it must be consistent. But the teacher who is also teaching cannot do this work consistently, because the work is tedious already. So I think we need to be serious and tackle this kind of issue. And it's not only in school. In every sector, we need to get professional counselors to take care of the workers. I think aside we trying to prevent the suicide, it will also increase productivity in our workplaces.
Right. Not, as you indicated, not limiting it to our schools. How do you pick up on such signs? How do you identify that this person is having suicidal thoughts, and how do you help?
Sometimes some people are sociable. So when you are with them and you realize the person has come down, you could see it is so easy to identify. So you, if the person is your colleague or your classmate or whatever, you can draw the person closer to you, and you don't even go straight. You just do it psychologically to see whether the person is going through something. Sometimes when you go straight, he or she will not tell you directly, but psychological way, you eventually find out what the person is going through. Then, if you have any advice, you give it to the person. Some people too are too wicked to the extent that you try your best, and they will never tell you. But to get those people what they are going through to, I think through the psychological way, you eventually get them. So we don't do it. It is not an easy job. That's why I said we should get people and assign them to do that particular work. We must not let them do double work. No, it is something that must happen consistently. But if it does not happen in that manner, and we think, oh, he's a teacher, he's our manager, and at the same time he can also counsel, or he's being assigned to counsel the workers or the students, I don't think the person will be able to do the professional work we expect them to do. So we must take it serious and assign people to do that particular job. It is a job. When you go to, I have a friend in Canada. In India school, they have counselors, and the work they do is to counsel the students. When teachers are teaching, when lectures are going on, they also go around to see the performance, the demeanor of the students. So when you check a demeanor of a student and you think there's something going wrong, you just call the person. You invite the person to your office. Then you do your professional job. So we need to consider it and attempt to throw more light on that, because it is very important, vital in our sector.
Now, the students that have been left behind, we do understand that most of them are traumatized by the incident. How do we help these students that are left behind? Should we let them go home for a while, or how do we move forward?
We cannot let them go home. We only do what we're supposed to do by cycling them through counseling. I think that will help them, because it happened at a bad time. Final year student, definitely. She has friends, other colleagues. Maybe she even belongs to a lot of study groups, and this issue has happened. It will take 1 or 2 weeks for the students to even discuss it in dormitory, classroom, and even in their private time. So we need to cite them through the counseling and some advices, and even give them some kind of scenarios to clear those things from their heads. If not, they will keep discussing, thinking about it, and it will also affect them in their learning and the exams as well. So we must not let them go home. We need to sit them down, cite them through advice. I think that will help us to move on, because this can never stop us from schooling.
Now, there's a report that I saw on the site of WHO now stating that about 71,000 adolescents die due to suicide, and up to 40 times as many adolescents or attempt suicide as well. So we can't just limit it to the school. In our homes, parents, how do we contribute to this?
I always say that parents are natural teachers. So on the side of the students or children, parents are supposed to get involved actively in their war's education. Even sometimes PTA meetings, some parents don't even go. But when you go as a parent, after the PTA meeting, you will even contact some of the teachers to find out certain things about your ward. Then you know what to do. When they come home, you need to also sit them down every Sunday or Saturday to counsel them, or every midweek to counsel them about a lot in life, because life contains a lot of things, good and bad. As they are coming up, we need to know all these kind of things, and we need to be playing straightforward to them, because we cannot hide certain things to them until something happens before we say Yanka. No. Even the parents themselves also need advice, and that one it is being done by themselves, their colleagues and their friends. Obano, what are you doing that is pushing your son or your daughter? Your friend can also say that, oh, this is what I do. I normally contact her teachers to find out about her learning abilities and other stuff. And that has also outdoor certain things for me to do for my ward. So as a parent, you can also emulate from your co-parent or your friend to also apply same to guide your children. We cannot leave them just in the hands of the teachers. They only take some 8 or 9 hours in the hands of the teachers. The rest, they also they be at home or in the dormitory. So when they come home during vacation, weekends, as a parent, you need to sit them down and also counsel them. Even sometimes some teachers don't give correct advice to students. So as a parent, if you show much concern and you do this, so that you identify what a teacher is telling your child, which is misleading her or him, and you could come in fast. But if you wait until such things there happen, I think it will be too late. So parents, we need to be up and doing it. 2018, we conducted a research, and we found out that 80% of our parents are not responsible in the country, and it's still counting. It is not even decreasing; it is rather increasing. Parents are not responsible, and the only thing teachers can do all the work. No, teachers cannot do all. It is a role play. That is why we have parent-teacher association. So when there is PTA meeting, as a parent, you have to go. You are investing in your ward. So if while you are investing, you don't take it, means you are not serious. So parents must get involved. You have to be active and responsible. I think when we add this duty to what the teachers are doing, it will help us to bring up responsible and highly moral students or people in our society, because after school, they are coming to help us build the country with what they have acquired from school, the knowledge and the skill they have acquired from school. So if they were not brought up well or they didn't go through the norm, I think they will sway at the end of the day when they come to the society.
Right.
And it will be a catastrophe to us.
Right. So, William, in about 30 seconds before you leave us, what do you have to tell the general public with regards to what we are discussing?
What I would say to the general public, some problems in life are something that we cannot avoid.
Yeah.
So I normally say that we should expect problems and eat them at breakfast. As normal human beings, you will definitely encounter challenge or problems. So just accept problems and eat them at breakfast. How do you eat a problem at the breakfast? You always prepare your mind with an action plan. That is what I want to do. Definitely, since you have a plan, when the problem comes, you still focus on your plan or your dream. You can never avoid challenges in life. And we must not keep certain things on ourselves. There are some issues we need to get people and discuss with. Maybe through the discussion, you will get your solution out of the comment or statement made by the person you are chatting with. So sometimes we need to converse. Sometimes we need to chat with people. Sometimes we need to even make a phone call or text message. Even if you cannot tell the person, your fellow you can do it through WhatsApp or text message or phone call. I think it will help us to solve our problem. No one is completely sound, but we need to help one another.
Thank you, William, for talking to us. You've been very helpful. So that was William Boadi on the line, the CEO and founder for Educate Africa Institute. We're talking about the teenager who took her life, or allegedly took her life, in her school's dining hall. And then we have put out certain responsibilities of the parents as well. I know a mother who was asking the child, oh, were you first or second in school? The child said second, and the mother said, why were you not first? I was sitting right by her and I said to her, do not do that to the child. Don't force, don't put so much pressure on the child. As an adolescent, you have enough on your plate that parents need to also try and understand that and not bring in external pressures as well. Because if you cannot talk to your parents about what you're going through, then it might result in this. That is if we are ruling it as suicide. My name is Nana Abinasawa, and this has been the social segment on the morning updates on TV XYZ. Eric is on standby, so stay tuned.
Kanokre, Emehu Fadi, Diam Jesse and Mr. Boadi, do one from Ghana ba.
Yankasi assassinate. Na eya bode de maye. Moja ye nananum ehwegu wo agi eye Ghana si ho no. Moja ye nananum ehwegu ye agi Africa si ho no. Edubra e wo sha ye so ye bitu aso.